Okay, I think it's time now. This session is about Zaqar, the Zaqar update. Just in case, this is for Zaqar, the messaging service of OpenStack. If you're not in the right room, because comparing with Kubernetes and the other, more fancy topic, yeah. So, what is Zaqar? Just in case if you guys are not really familiar what we're doing, Zaqar is the messaging service in OpenStack world. You can compare with like SQS in AWS and SQS for notification in AWS and like PubSub in Google Cloud. And actually, you can find a lot of the other similar messaging service, notification service in other public cloud service. So in OpenStack world, we have Zaqar. Zaqar can help you to do the messaging notification service. Generally, is targeted for multi-tenants because we have got, it has been asked many, many times, so what is the difference between RabbitMQ, Cupid, and ZeroMQ compared with Zaqar? And like some question like, do you guys have any plan to replace RabbitMQ in OpenStack world with Zaqar? So it's not the case. So basically, Zaqar is targeting the path level. So in other words, Zaqar will be used by the tenant user, not for the OpenStack infrastructure. So what we have done in pack release, we have done the dead letter queue. Dead letter queue, it can store some messages, allow developer to look for common patterns and potential software problems. So in other words, when a messaging client, Zaqar client, try to send a message to a particular queue, and it's failed many times for some particular reason, those messages will be forwarded to a predefined dead letter queue, so you can figure out, the developer can figure out what happened. And we have implemented the notification deliver policy. As I mentioned in previous page, Zaqar is also a notification service. So when you do a notification, like send a notification to another REST API service, it could be failed. So Zaqar can help retry. And you can predefine some retry policy, like try several times, like 5 times, but with a predefined interval, like try immediately after the first failed, and then 3 seconds, and then maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that. We have implemented the basic architecture for the notification deliver policy in pack, and implement some basic retry policy, and we will implement more in Queens. It's ongoing, on track very well. In Queens, basically the idea we would like to do is we would like to implement delayed queues. The delayed queue is when you user send message to a particular queue, the message is invisible. So it depends on the delayed time you predefined on the message or on the queue. So for example, when you send a message to a delayed queue and the delayed TTL is like 30 seconds, so that means in the first 30 seconds, you can't get that message. You basically can find the similar function in SQLs and pops up and all the other queue service of the other public cloud. And another thing we are working on is using Redis as the management store. Currently, Zaqar can support, it's related to the architecture of Zaqar. In Zaqar, there are two layers about the storage. The first layer is the management store. So for the management store, it will only store like a queue and pools. But for your message, all the message will be stored in the message store. So as you have known, Redis has a good performance, especially when you use as in-memory storage. So we have already support Redis as a message store to store your message. But that means you had to deploy another database like MySQL or management MongoDB as a management store. So the idea is we would like to support Redis as a management store as well, so that you can just deploy Redis so that you can use it for management store and message store. So beyond Queens, I have mentioned that many times in my PTL candidates. Personally, I would be hesitant to add a lot of new features for each release. I will be preferred just focus on the performance, because performance is very important for a queue service and notification service, and the availability. And another biggest thing is the scalability. When you say scalability, it means when you create, even you have created a lot of queue and post a lot of message in the same queue, you, as a user, you shouldn't see any performance problem, latency between compared with one queue or too many queue, one message or too many message. There should be much difference. So that's the idea. So for the cross product work, the first thing I would like to do in Queens, probably for next release as well, is I would like to see more integration with chilling. Actually, chilling is serverless, functional as a service. We will have a demo talk tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock if you would like to join, so you can see how a message play with a serverless, functional service. So it's basically, you can see the similar use case in AWS between SQLs and Lambda. So we will do the similar thing. And I'm sure, based on our talk, we're pretty sure given function is basically a stateless function. So you will definitely need some service between your functions, because otherwise you have to store your state or information in database. So with queue, you can get a sync between function and function. And another idea just come up to my mind today is maybe because we know there is a plan to create a Trolley 2, and it is still ongoing and unclear. So maybe we can try to push the integration with Trolley 1, to mediate the problem between Troll server and the agent use Zaqar. So if you are not really familiar with the whole in Troll, you can just search the OpenStack mailing list to figure out. And another thing has been discussed many times, but it's still not too much progress, is the integration with Horizon. Currently, there is no notification message center in Horizon. So the user, for example, a typical case is when user log in Horizon, the user may would like to receive some notification like, okay, your invoice is due. You should pay it as soon as possible. Or your quota is running out. You should send a ticket, something like that. And another case is currently Horizon is still using pooling to update the result status on instance page, image page, and volume page. I think the polling intro is half second or 1 second. I can't exactly remember, but they're still using polling. So, for some of the deployment, especially public cloud deployment, is not a good idea, pulling your Noah or Cinder or Glance again and again just, to show the status. It's not a good idea. It has been discussed, actually, and I know some Cisco guys, intern or full-time people, were working on that, but I haven't got any feedback yet. So I would like to push it to happen, maybe in Queens or next release, I don't know, because we're losing people around the community, so I can't give any permits on that case. How to give feedback? So when you're sitting here, you probably know how to, contact with the team with RC or mailing list, or just, say hi to me after the session. How to contribute? Yeah, actually, I'm not really sure if you guys are the good audience to say how to contribute, because we have 3 hours of PTG, and I even didn't plan any onboard session for Sydney Summit because it doesn't work well last time. So there is no onboard session for Zaqar. But if you guys are interested in Zaqar, interested in messaging service, you can just pop up on the RC or log in on the Launchpad to grab a feature or a bug to fix it. Yeah, that's probably me today. Any question? Okay, thank you.